The breeze may be dropping a little bit. That's something I've noticed as we start the second half, and it is Tipperary who are going to be put under pressure immediately here. Michael Rice. Oh, he's made a lot of ground. Trying to feed the ball inside there towards Michael Fennelly, who'd run forward from midfield. Back by Aidan Fogarty. Point behind Kilkenny has started the second half. That's a lovely ball across from Larkin as far as Richie Power. Stopped there with difficulty by Brendan Cummins and dispatched back out here as far as Conor O'Mahony. Remember, it's a Kilkenny championship team, unbeaten in the last 21 championship matches, going for 5 in a row. Brendan Maher and Tipperary trying to foil that and win their first title since 2001 themselves. Lark Orban, the goal scorer in the first half for Tipperary, sending it in where Noel McGrath's got into the inside forward line. John O'Brien here, second time of asking, wins possession. Right in the corner there, angling this across. Couple of players to aim at. Not the greatest of balls. Patrick Maher had to go back to forage. James Fitzpatrick is there for Kilkenny anyway. Helped out by John Tennyson. Trying to slip it out towards Tommy Welsh. Didn't see a lot of him, as the fellow was saying in the first half. Jackie Tyrrell, big one down. Down towards Richie Power again, breaking it. Anticipating, however, is Michael Cahill, the UCC student, comes across here from left corner back. Helped out by Declan Fanning. Trying to slip away from the challengers. Losing it. Richie Power looking very sharp. Chance to tie it up here. Going for a shot. Hits the post. Comes back down to Eddie Brennan, who hasn't scored so far. Had a goal chance in the first 35 minutes. Fumbles as he tries to take it up, and there was a trip then in the end, and it's going to be a free out. Eddie protests that his jersey was being pulled, but I think the referee saw his boot coming out as well.
Yeah,
you are.
Nothing really going well. Nothing going for Eddie Brennan so far. You know, not a sharp. Lovely bit of skill by Brendan Maher there over the head. You don't normally see that. You know, and off the hurling straight out to Lark Orban. Beautiful skill.
So Brendan Cummins will take this. John O'Brien and Owen Kelly in the inside forward line as we look the other end of the field. Brendan Cummins now hitting at a fair old distance, dropping 20 metres out from the Kilkenny goal. Reacting to it there was Garroyd Ryan, sending it to the left, however, and he's put the ball wide. It's just the second wide of the match for Tipperary. One in the first half and now one at the very beginning of this second 35 minutes.
Yeah, see Eddie Brennan operating out at right half forward now, and you know, he's been taken off in the last couple of matches, and just maybe confidence affected a little bit. And it'll be interesting to see, you know, how long he gets there.
Here's JJ Delaney. Fitzpatrick now. Huge one towards Richie Power. Full back under pressure. Immediately Power in there. Support arriving. And it again picked up by Padraig Maher. Brilliant play by the man who was full back last year. Left half back this afternoon. Mention of left half backs. Here's JJ Delaney. Blocked. And that ball's gone out over this near sideline. Shane McGrath probably still wondering why he was yellow carded in the first half, and indeed many of the Tipperary followers as well.
Yeah, Richie Power proving a real handful inside. He had a couple of good chance of points since half time, didn't get them, and a great block down now by Shane McGrath. TJ Reid very good on the line balls, and the win behind him here is a good chance of putting this over.
He's caught it beautifully, bang on cue, he's put it over the bar, and the teams are level for the second time. What a fantastic score that was from the sideline by TJ Reid, the 22-year-old from Ballyhale Shamrocks. 110 for Kilkenny, 110 for Tipperary. From the puck out. Pressure in there immediately on John Tennyson's half-back line. Comes out here towards Michael Fennelly. Tommy Welch knocking it forward comfortably under it was Declan Fanning. Took it down beautifully. Away off his left-hand side. Over to the unmarked Brendan Maher. Marking a slack over there. On towards Patrick Maher. Running into challenges, however. Slipping the little hand pass towards Garroyd Ryan, running into the shoulder of John Dalton, comes bouncing back out again here. Owen Kelly is foraging. 3 Kilkenny players are after him there for company, and it comes out to Cha again. He loses it to Noel McGrath. Mistakes been made. Highly entertaining match. Ball slipped forward here. One for Patrick Maher to go after. Pursued by Jackie Tyrrell. It's still Maher, and they slide into the challenge. And the referee has blown his whistle and seen a tug back. and it's going to be a free in. Good work by Patrick Maher.
It was. I think Noel McGrath was looking for Patrick Maher maybe to go a little bit earlier there. He saw the pass and he didn't get inside, and Jackie Curl just leaned in over him here. But just before that, Brendan Maher got the ball and he slipped it on to Patrick Maher as well, and really he should have just popped it over the bar, and he ran with it and put himself under pressure. And I'd expect maybe Seamus Callanan to come into the game fairly soon. He's flying it in training, and big mobile athletic player and a great finisher. He could just turn the game.
Third top scorer for Tipperary in last year's match. He got 3 points from play in that game. Owen Kelly got 4 points in the first half, all of them from frees, and from 20 metres out he puts it straight over the bar. No mistake at the start of the second half, and so it's Tipperary who are back in front again.
Yeah, and I think the substitutions are going to make a big difference. You have the likes of Parburke, Seamus Callanan, you have Martin Comfort, maybe Richie Hogan on the other side, and it could be some of those that will come on and change the game.
PJ Ryan now at college in Carlow, studying a GA course and business as well. Just finished year 1 of a 3-year course. Tucking it out towards Owen Larkin. Bounces back out here towards JJ Delaney. Neatly picked up there by Michael Fennelly. Stopped initially by Paddy Stekelum. And away it comes back up to the forwards again. Brilliantly caught by McGrath. On to Lark Corbett. They fire hurleys at him, but nobody's able to stop Lark Corbett, who's in for a second goal to delight the Kilkenny fans. One after 10 minutes, another after 42, and it's Tipperary who lead the final by 2-11 to 1-10. As he was striking it, they were firing hurleys to try and stop him, but nobody able to put paid to the gallop of the fearless Sarsfield star. He won an All-Ireland medal in 2001, and he's looking for another here. And there's a yellow card for John Tennyson, the thrower of the hurley.
But look, again, I said about Noel McGrath the first half, the vision that he has from centre forward is unbelievable. He was going one way, switched to play with a hand pass, and Lark Corbett coming to diagonal again for a brilliant goal.
TJ Reid trying to pick the ball up, supported here by Michael Rice, dodging around, losing possession, picks it off the ground, and it's going to be a free to Tipperary, and it heats up. Pushing and shoving and jostling, and the linesman in there to try and restore a little bit of order as the mist descends on Croke Park, in front of an attendance of just under 82,000, and Michael Wadding for Waterford says to them all, cool it down a little bit, lads, there's a long way to go. The fans loving it. Kilkenny here to try and win another, the historic 5 in a row. Tip have other ideas. At the beginning of this match, the Roll of Honour read Kilkenny 32 titles, Cork 30, Tip 25, and then you've got to go down to Limerick, who've got 7. Tip want another. Brendan Cummins has got a point already in this game. From inside his own 65 metres, he fires it in, they race for it, breaking down here, and Noel McGrath has found the back of the net. Another one for Tipperary. 2 minutes after Lark Corbett's second goal, Noel McGrath is on hand to steer it in past PJ Ryan, and the Tip goalkeeper is beaten for the 3rd time.
A big high ball in. I just watched Noel McGrath just coming in, and it just bounced up to him, swung the hurler, and it bounced up and he flicked it into the net.
It mightn't win goal of the year, but it might win an All-Ireland. But Kilkenny will have other ideas. Aidan Fogarty setting off, it's stolen away from him, shoulders coming in on Garroyd Ryan. In the end, Declan Fanning knocks it away, Breeze holds it up onto the 65-metre line. Owen Kelly trying to make some inroads, stop there. Michael Rice knocking it away for Kilkenny, who now have a battle on their hands, 7 points behind. But it's early stages of the second half, still only 10 minutes into the second 35-minute period. Michael Cahill for Tipperary, knocking it out of defence to Garroyd Ryan, to the team who were beaten by Kilkenny in last year's final, who want to atone for that loss. It's left there for John Dalton to come on to. Little hand pass to Noel Hickey, and Hickey, the man from Dunnamaggin, down there as far as Chaff Fitzpatrick, trying to win his duel with Brendan Maher. He's left it there for Owen Larkin to take it forward, and Larkin inside towards Richie Power, went there unchallenged initially, now he's challenged and now he's fouled by Michael Cahill, and it's going to be a free in. And that's one thing that Tipperary cannot afford to do, to concede frees to men like Richie Power in situations such as this one here. This was the goal situation, availed of brilliantly by Noel McGrath, and that's the reaction of his manager Liam Sheedy. Now they're saying, use your head. This is what Henry was saying to the Kilkenny players this time last year.
Brilliant running though by Noel McGrath. He travelled 50-60 yards on the chance that the ball might break to him, and that only happens maybe once in a lifetime in an Ireland final like that. And what Tipperary have to be careful of now is not to give away a few handy frees and let Kilkenny creep back into it. They're 6 points up now, and again doing all the hurling, but Kilkenny won't panic, and I'd expect maybe Martin Comfort, someone like that, to be brought on shortly.
Well, he came on last year, but how they'd love to be able to bring in Henry Shefflin. Took a gamble on his fitness, it didn't work out. Brendan Cummins pucking it out. Remember how close Tipperary came to beating Kilkenny last year, down to about the last 5 to 10 minutes. They couldn't hold out on that occasion. Can they hold out here? The Cats will have other ideas, applying the pressure. Brendan Cummins, cool as you like, and the 35-year-old knocks it back into the middle of the field once again. We're rising up for it as Brendan Maher, collecting it as Padraig Maher, and the Mahers of Tipperary advance 45 metres out. Caught in there by Noel Hickey, the fullback for Kilkenny, looking for some support, getting it there from Jackie Tyrrell, the man who started this run in 2006 as captain that year when they beat Cork. As the play continues, there's a little row breaking out between a couple of players off the ball. Owen Larkin trying to advance. Action at both ends of the field. Referee allows play continue. It's Conor O'Mahony who has it. The centre half back linking up with Shane McGrath. The row's over. The play game continues. It's beautifully caught here by Lark Corbett, the man who's got 2 goals in the final. The man who's been fouled now, and it's a free for Tipperary. What a game.
Yeah, and what a game Lark Corbett is having. He's just, fantastic catch there. Especially there was after been a row up in the corner involving maybe 5 or 6 players, and Lark Corbett then shows the leadership again. They're brilliant catch.
Well, while we were watching action at one end, this was what was going on at the other. Well, we didn't quite need to call for Judge Judy, but anyway, peace has been restored, and it's going to be a free. And the referee is going to have some words. I think he's having words with Owen Kelly.
There wasn't much in it. The linesman has called the ref's attention to it. But Tipper not going to be intimidated. That Kilkenny physically very, very powerful, but Tipper standing up to him.
Well, it's Tommy Walsh is now being called across along with Owen Kelly, and no more of that, I think, says Michael Wadding, first referee from Waterford to handle an All-Ireland hurling